Hey everybody, welcome back to another Wellness Wednesday video. I wanted to give you an update on my exercise. I told you guys I was starting an exercise program a few weeks ago. Just give you an update on how that's going and kind of the results I'm seeing so far. I also want to talk about kind of my intentions for August. I did a whole bunch of challenges and I was kind of focusing on weight loss for the last few months, and I put a lot of thought into what I want to do now. And so I'm going to give you all the details on that, or at least all the details that I have at this point. But before we get into all of that, I wanted to let you know that this video is sponsored by Perfect Keto. They are having a sale right now, and I want to let you know all of the details. It is a sale on all of their different bars. They have quite a bit of variety actually in the types of bars they offer, and all of them right now are buy one get one 50% off. We use the Perfect Keto bars in our house, like all of the different varieties in our house often. I think my husband's and Levi's favorite are the Mallow Munch. They taste like a Rice Krispie treat, but they have a lot of protein in them. My favorite is the keto bar, specifically the chocolate chip peanut butter or peanut butter chocolate chip. And I'm out of those right now. But anyways, the other one that I like is the chocolate chip cookie dough. I do have some of those. The ingredients in these are super, super clean, and they're just my favorite like keto goodie right now. Just love those. Then they have the Nola bars, which are more like granola bars, although several of them are more like candy bars to me. Like this maple pecan is kind of chewy, like a Baby Ruth or something, although it's pecan, not peanut, obviously. But it's more like a candy bar to me than a granola bar. I think the chocolate chip coconut is the one that's most like a granola bar if you want something that's like a chewy granola bar, like those classic chewy granola bars. Then they also have the plant-based keto bars, and my favorite of these is the chocolate peanut butter. Basically, when in doubt, just get the peanut butter option in any of these. These ones have dried coconut and they are sweetened with erythritol. And like I said, these ones are completely plant-based. These other ones have collagen in them, so that's where most of the protein comes from. And then they also have the MCT oil in these ones. So the whole variety of their bars are buy one, get one 50% off. And then if you place an order $85 or more, you can get a free gift. And it looked like the free gift was an option of like a 4-pack of bars. Like you get to choose like one of two, which is kind of cool. This deal will be available until the 6th, and I will have the link down below. There's no code, just follow the link, add stuff to your cart, and you'll get every other one 50% off. Okay, now into the Wellness Wednesday details. As far as exercise, I think I'm in my 4th week of the 40-day challenge, so getting close to the end here. I haven't stuck with the exact workouts that have been were prescribed in the program. I started out thinking I'm just going to do exactly what I'm told, but what I found a few weeks in is that I just really didn't enjoy the workouts, and I decided to be honest with myself and allow myself to do workouts that I actually enjoy more. So I pulled out like my DVDs and like my old DVDs that I've collected over many years. I had to actually purchase a DVD player, like a external one for my computer, because we don't have DVD players in our house anymore. But I still had my whole case of DVDs because that was like a lot of money, and I collected a lot of really good workouts. I didn't just want to get rid of them. So I purchased like an external DVD player, and I have that, and I've been doing some of those workouts, and those have been really, really fun. So I have maintained my commitment to working out more. I just haven't stayed exactly true to the prescribed workouts in the program that I started, but I'm allowing myself to be okay with that, because what I really want is to find a way to make the exercise enjoyable so that I actually continue. If I absolutely hate it, I probably in the end, sadly, will not continue it. But if I try to tweak it to make it something that I enjoy, and the workouts that I started doing, I really enjoyed Turbo Fire from Chalene Johnson. And it's like choreographed, and there's music. And so you're like doing things to the beat, and you're following the video rather than just having a list of things to do and doing them. I just find it more motivating with the music and the choreography and all of that. And so I've been doing some of that. As far as results from the exercise, I told you guys that I wasn't going to weigh during this program. I wasn't intending on it, but I actually found an app, and it's called Me360. I don't remember who I heard talking about it, but it's basically an app that gives you a 3D rendering of yourself. You set up your phone and you like stand exactly the right way. It tells you exactly how to stand, and then it takes a picture of you. You turn to the side, it takes another picture, and it makes this like gray 3D rendering of your body. And from that, it like measures, it gives you all your measurements, which is great because I hate trying to take measurements of myself. They're so inconsistent, and it's so easy to like pull it a little bit tighter one time or make it a little bit looser the other time. I just haven't done measurements in such a long time. But anyways, this like gives you the whole list of measurements for all these different parts of your body. And then it also gives you a body fat percentage. So I have no clue how accurate any of the info is, but I figure if I just continue to use the app, it at least will be somewhat consistent within itself. I don't know how like the body fat percentage compares to a DEXA scan or some kind of an in-body machine or something. But if I just use the app every single week, I think it'll probably give me a decent idea of any changes that are taking place. So I started using the app at the beginning of July, and now obviously it's the beginning of August. And what I have found is that every single time, I'm trying to do the measurements once a week. Every single time I have taken a new scan, my body fat percentage has gone down. So I think I've lost about 1% body fat, but it's gone down, just every single time it's been a little bit lower. The interesting thing, though, is that my weight has not gone down over the month. It's actually up a little bit higher than it was when I started, which, of course, if you're just going on the number on the scale, that would be discouraging to see, even though we know intellectually that there's so much more to the scale weight than just fat. It is discouraging when that's the only number that you have. So having that Me360 scan and seeing the body fat percentage go down and the lean mass go up. I think I've gained like 1 or 2 pounds of lean mass, according to the app, of course. And I mean, it is what it is. It's been encouraging enough that I'm planning on continuing to just use that and weigh once a week, because you have to put in your weight every single week or every single time you do a new scan. So I'll weigh once a week, do my scan, and I'll just keep using that as my gauge just for the data's sake. Then beyond that, my thoughts about diet and challenges and things moving forward. I did a whole bunch of challenges over the last couple of months. Really got a lot of data for myself. I think I gained some really good tools. It's been kind of like a period of learning for me and just like doing these challenges and seeing what I can glean, what information I can glean about myself, about things that I can do to affect myself. And I feel like I've done a lot of that, and I feel like, well, I was like, what am I going to do next? I'm ready for another challenge. And I just realized like, I just need to take a break. I need to take a break from at least like the trying to lose weight or trying really hard focusing on the numbers. Like I can't sustain that for very long, both like checking macros and counting calories and things like that, like tracking food, as well as like the ketones and things like that. Just really focusing on those numbers. I really don't enjoy sustaining that for a long period of time. I like to get into like different challenges for a short amount of time, and I do really enjoy that. But I get to the point where I'm like, I'm just done. Like I just want to live, and I want to gain tools in those times where I am really focusing and really tracking. What I want is to gain tools to apply to my life to make my life easier, like normally. I love the quote by Dr. Jade Teta. He says, easy is earned. And a lot of times we look at people who have a really healthy lifestyle, and they just seem like they can eat intuitively, and it's just, they don't struggle. a lot, at least not, that we see externally. And it's easy to think like, oh, they're just lucky. They just don't have the struggles that I do. But a lot of times those people have actually worked really hard to get to the point of having it be easy. And I feel like I've done a lot of that work. Like I've spent so many years counting calories and macros and different things like that, that I can eat somewhat intuitively and still meet my nutritional needs, know about how much protein I'm getting, know about how much fat I'm getting, making sure I'm not undereating, making sure I'm not overeating. I can do that pretty intuitively. Obviously, when you're trying to be really, really, like you have a really strict goal, you have to focus a lot harder and really count every single bite of everything. But once you do that for a little while, you really can relax a little bit. And for me, I know it's not going to result in like this massive weight loss. Like in order to get weight loss, I really have to focus and I really have to cut back and I have to implement all kinds of different like lifestyle things in order to make that happen. But that's because I'm like at a point towards the end of my journey where my body is actually really happy where it's at. And every time I go into like I'm going to try to lose these last 10 or 15 pounds, my body just really pushes back. And I think it's because it's really happy where it is. But because it's really happy where it is, I am able to eat pretty freely within the things that I have come to know are good for me. I can just eat without obsessively counting or worrying about it really. I know the kinds of food that make me feel good. I've done the work with my CGMs to know what things really spike my blood sugar and what things are a lot more blood sugar friendly for me. So because of all that work that I've done, I really can relax and just eat and live and not obsess about it. And I kind of, as I was thinking like, oh, what's the next challenge I'm going to do? I kind of was like, no, I just need to focus on other things. And because I've put in the work of thinking about food, I am able to move into a season like that and it not like send me off the wagon or off the rails. To a certain degree, I have earned my easy in that respect. Not to say that my body is exactly at the place where I want it to be or wish it was, but I am healthy enough that I can relax and not have to worry about like just piling on 20 pounds if I loosen the reins just a little bit. So what I decided as my challenge for August, even though I said I was not going to do challenges, I'm not doing a weight loss, nutrition, numbers tracking challenge. My challenge for myself for August is to enjoy eating and to try some new recipes. When you are tracking a lot, it's so much easier to eat the same things every day, like have specific meals where you eat the exact same thing because it's just way easier to track that way. It's hard to do a lot of recipes where you're putting in lots of different ingredients and trying to figure out all the macros and calories and things for that is very difficult. So I find that when I am doing a lot of tracking, I tend to have really boring food and just eat the same thing over and over again. But I want to challenge myself to be a little bit more creative in the kitchen. So I'm not going to be worrying about macros so much. I'm going to just try to pick out more recipes to do for myself and for my family. So back when I used to do the Whole30, I would take like a month to do the Whole30. And I remember like every time I would start a Whole30, I would, you'd find some recipes and you'd start making things from scratch more. And so I would make meat and roasted vegetables and all these different things. And I remember my family would always be so excited. Like I wouldn't always like announce that I was starting a Whole30. It's just something I kind of incorporated into my lifestyle. But I would start cooking differently because I was on the Whole30. And when I'm eating differently, oftentimes that translates to my family eating differently just because I start cooking a little differently. Because I'm not going to make myself a completely separate meal from my family. Usually there's different components and some of them are for all of us. And then I add, whatever extra for the kids. But I would just start cooking these different meals for my Whole30, and everyone would be so excited to be like, oh my gosh, this is the best meal I have ever had. Why don't you cook this more often? And I think if I challenge myself to find some fun and different recipes, especially like just whole food recipes, I'm not really looking for a lot of like sweets and treats recipes necessarily, just getting, out of my comfort zone or out of my little box of my meat recipes that I just do over and over again. There's so much inspiration out there on Pinterest and YouTube and blogs and things of all these different recipes. And sometimes you just have to put in a little bit of work to search out some things to try. It can really just broaden your horizons with food. It's so easy to get into food ruts. So anyways, that is my challenge for myself. Find more recipe inspiration and just cook some different things. And also don't obsess about numbers or macros or the scale even. I am going to still do my, once a week scan, but I'm not trying to lose weight. I'm just trying to eat healthy, enjoyable food and move my body consistently, challenge myself, really push myself, like kind of get out of my comfort zone, both in the exercise realm and in the kitchen realm. So those are my extreme challenges for the month of August. Oh, I will throw in here that I did film a 3-day challenge I called it a ketone boost, 3-day ketone boosts. And I actually filmed it like a week or two ago, and I just haven't gotten it edited and uploaded yet. So that you will see hopefully this upcoming week. That was really interesting, but that was filmed before making this video, which I know will be confusing for some people, but I just wanted to put that out there that you will see one more challenge before I move into just kind of relaxing a little bit. And then, of course, I will be bringing you along on any new and exciting recipes that I do try and, all of that. If you have any suggestions for fun keto recipes, just something different, I would love to hear it down in the comments. Let me know if there's some favorites that you'd love to see me try. So I'm going to leave it here. That is my update, my Wellness Wednesday update. Don't forget to go order some bars if you've been needing some. I will mention that they're made with real ingredients, these bars, and they can melt a little bit. So be aware of that. They do put a little note in the boxes when they ship them to put it straight into the fridge when it gets there. It's because they're made with real ingredients. And so the Nola bars could get a little bit misshapen if the box is this way or whatever. Just want to put that out there. But take advantage of the deal if you need to stock up, and I will just see you in the next video.